So I've been scribbling a lot of quite a number of things from my books. It's my journal actually. That's like so before I make videos, I have to like sit down and write a lot of things, yeah, so that my video can flow and I won't go quiet like in the middle of the video. So I just sat to myself today and thought, right now you can almost message anyone instantly around the world. We can have like 1,000 followers, hundreds of them, and but still, because we live in the most connected generation ever, because tech is moving so fast. Why is it that loneliness is like a main challenge that is affecting the generation right now? So I saw this like, if I have to like define loneliness, first of all, being alone does not equate to loneliness, because someone can live alone and they feel so fulfilled. Someone can be alone throughout the week indoors and still feel fulfilled. And then also, at times when we look at most of our cycles, we have a lot of people, yes, but we still feel lonely, like, because who do you choose to open up to? It's genuine friends. But now we lack genuine friends. That's why people are lonely. So you can be in a massive cycle of people, but you're still lonely. Yeah. Another thing is, I can define loneliness as the feeling that a relationships lacks genuine trust, genuine connection, and understanding that we need personally. That is loneliness, because you can be sitting with people, but not like each one of them, none of them is the one that you can actually tell about your problems, about your progress on something, or if you have an idea you want to share with them, so that you can get like more ideas from people. I guarantee you, it's tough. And then another thing is that social media is giving access. It doesn't give connection. Yeah, because you can be like, because technology is advancing and it's really like connecting people so fast. Because if I want to reach someone, I can hit them like so quickly in just seconds. But not like it should be equating to, if we cannot like easily access people, we should have more genuine connections and get to talk to people like well. But not like the thing is, from okay, through social media you get to see that, oh, this guy posted doing this, so I know he's doing something. If he was driving, if he went out for a date, if he went out for a hike or something, I know what he's doing. I know what he did today because he posted. Tomorrow, to the end of the week, so I saw what they did. So we always know what other people are doing, but now the problem is we don't really know how that person feels. Is that person really happy? Is that person really okay? Because at times, I've tried doing this before. I've done an experiment on this. You meet someone and you're like, oh, hey, how are you? Hey, it's been long seeing you. Are you good? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, I'm fine. Everything is good and all that. But like, you look them in the eye and then you're like, are you sure you're okay? Now they have to bring this thing of, you know, things happen. So like, they generalize it as things happen. Yet they are not okay. So I'm telling you, we don't really know how people are doing, because you're asking someone like how they are doing, and what they use is this dismissal thing of I'm fine, I'm good, I'm happy. That's a dismissal, because lack of genuine trust and connection and understanding. That's why people don't really talk about their problems. But not like, if you get to look at someone in the eye and be like, are you really okay? Now they feel they feel so pushed, like have to trust you, and I'll tell you they are not okay, because now you're forcing the connection and it looks like real. So that's why when you force someone to really confess how they're feeling, they will say it eventually, but if not, they'll just tell you I'm fine, I'm doing good. And then also, like you looking at people on social media, if I'm going out today, I won't record myself showing you my M-Pesa balance because I might not, because I went out today. I don't really like have a lot of money, but whatever I'll be posting, like posting while I own, if I see a nice vehicle passing by, I'll just post it. I'll take a photo or something. If I see like a nice place, I'll just take a photo because I went to school and a lot of beautiful sceneries. So if I take a photo, you'll be like, oh, this guy went out, he's been hanging out and all that, he's happy, his life is flowing. But now I don't have money, like for real. I don't have finances. Yeah. So highlights of people can be like making it in a way that you see people in a way and you think they are okay just because they are posting highlights. They don't really post what they are going through. Yeah. Because you won't really find myself recording a video and talking to people telling them, oh, I don't have money and all that. No, I just post highlights. So it happens. And then also, the tech is encouraging short texts because when you go to WhatsApp or Instagram or any other social media platform, you'll be like, oh, hi. And you wait for the other person to say, hi, how are you? What is it? And all that. So, like, it's just short conversation, short, 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 short. When you compare it to meeting someone physically, when you ask someone, how are you doing? They take a lot of time to answer that, whatever you're asking them. But not like if you ask someone on phone, they try to maintain the thing of why am I typing a lot? Like why am I sending paragraphs? So like you say, social media is limiting things because it's encouraging short text. And now it's translating to where we are like outside in the physical. When you meet someone, you're trying to keep the conversation very short as possible. So that it doesn't have to like look boring and all that. But that's where we have a problem. Another thing is that there is an illusion of friendships. We are confusing. We the fact that on Instagram we have like because on my Instagram I have is it like 1,200 or 1,500 followers, and then we have like a lot of contacts. There is a time I had like 14,000 contacts, and then we have online friends that people we have never met, but we now like keep talking to them all that time. And if you ask like how many people do you know, it's like a lot, because you have a lot of followers, you talk to a lot of people. But now when it comes to someone you can call, now you'll have to like think to yourself and be like, that person online doesn't really know me, so why am I telling them my problems? The person we have like a lot of contacts, then it doesn't guarantee the thing of genuine friendships because most of my contacts has a lot of people from my school, from my church. Not because we are really friends, but because we share the same groups and all that and all that and all that. But like because I have all of them, I'll have to like assume that I have like people around me or someone I can call. But now when you look into it, when I have an issue, I wouldn't just call my classmates and tell them about my issue because they are just my classmates. We don't really like share a lot and they don't really know me. And then there is a reason why we really hide our real feelings. The first thing is always we fear rejection. Like from telling you, the reason why people fear rejection is because if I tell you this, how are you going to look at me? Because you can tell people I'm facing this issue, and because it looks weak to people. Now they start losing you because they're like, we don't do that. Of course, they will tell you that directly because it's just people around you, and then people also fear judgment. Suppose you're facing an issue, and then the people you're surrounding yourself with cannot really relate to that issue. They'll be judging you, of course. So people fear judgment from people. And this translates from the thing of why what are we really doing? What criteria are we using to pick friends? Because do we pick friends out of situations, out of circumstances? That is also the determining factor. And then people always want to appear strong. Yeah, that's why they don't really talk about their feelings. Because me as a man, most of my friends are female. Yes, the people around me, a lot of them. If I choose to like be talking about my problems in the society today, it doesn't look like are you a real man or you're weak. You have all these issues. Oh, you're weak. Yeah. So and then also comparison because if I have this issue and that guy is stable, he doesn't have this issue. If I tell him, I'll be comparing myself with that person. Like, oh my, that guy is. When I look at that guy, it looks like his life is all figured out. But now that is not always the case because I don't have to compare myself to someone else. That is the reason that is keeping me from opening up and telling that person my real feelings because of comparison. Because if I'm doing this, he's also doing that. So I will be balancing. So if I'm telling this to that guy, I'll be weak. So I'll be like going down. I'll be taking myself down. So that's another thing that is like being other people, measure people down and making them hide to their real feelings. And then this thing of, after all, like who will be understanding enough? Do they really understand my situation? Because, mm, and that one again brings the thing of why do we have this person in our cycle? How did I end up choosing this guy? This guy that I called my friend, is he understanding? Because if he's a friend, he must be understanding to my situation. That's why I will always tell him my issues. But if you find that there's someone and that you cannot tell your issues to, then you don't have friends. You just have people around you, maybe classmates. Call them schoolmates. Call them neighbors, not friends. Because genuine friendships call for a lot. Because you can't be someone's friend and you don't open up to you. You're not really friends. And then another thing is that technology is really fast, but um, relationships are slow. They are very slow to build. Hmm. When you compare to social media, you can just follow someone and start talking to them, and by next week you think they're your friend, which is not the case. Like compared to the physical world, when you go outside there, see someone new, and then you're like, "Hi, how are you?" If that person like just moved in, it will take you like more than 3 weeks, more than even a month, like to get to understand each other better. But now, like on social media, it's different. That's why we have a lot of fake friendships, and yeah, people don't talk because we don't really have genuine friendships. Also, there is the cost of constant comparison. If you choose to compare yourself often, like have this guy, have this guy, this guy, this guy. If I'm choosing to compare myself to this person, it will really hurt my internal emotions because the first thing is that all my relationships are going to be affected. You know why? Because I'll be like get keeping all my issues to myself. I won't really open up to any other person. Constant comparison. If I can sit and imagine to myself, do I normally compare myself to other people? No, not really. Not really. I mean, I do. I think it's natural. It's a natural thing. But not like comparing yourself to everyone. Everyone. Oh, suffering will become real. I'm telling you. And then this thing of people are always busy, like for each other. You call someone and tell them, "What are you doing on Friday?" I feel like, can we meet? Because sometimes you have to start craving genuine relationships. So you start looking at people. But now because the criterion of viewers that you used to like pick people is wrong, you end up getting people who are always busy. to attend to you and listen to you, because um, presence matters a lot. Because if I'm going through a certain issue myself at my place and my friends comes over, that's way better than being alone. Now the thing is, the people that are surrounding us are always busy, so we don't really have good friends. That's why we are transitioning into a generation where people will be suffering, but they choose to keep it for themselves. You know why? Because they don't trust the people around them. They won't tell them their issues. And then, like, there is an importance of genuine conversation. You know why? Because if I have a certain issue or I'm planning to do on something, if I have a genuine conversation with someone, I would look up to them, look at their examples of life. Because if he's a genuine friend, he's real to me and I'm real to that person. I'm not really like gatekeeping something or he's gatekeeping something. So we are more open. So when it comes to finding ideas, if I look at that person and ask them, I'm trying to venture into a certain business. Could you like have any ideas on what I could do? If that person is more knowledgeable in that field, that person is going to help you and give you ideas. So it brightens and opens up your mind on getting to understand more about something. And when it comes to problem solving, if you tell someone about an issue, of course they might be having an upper hand when it comes to solution giving. So if you have genuine friendships and genuine conversations with people, you will get assistance. You know why? Because you'll choose to get that ability to open up to them and tell them your issue so that they can help you. Because if I'm your friend and you don't tell me your issues, how am I supposed to help you? How am I even supposed to know? Hmm? So now you'll stay there unhealthy emotionally, relationship wise. Now because um, so genuine conversations really matter, like a lot, and we need to create many of them. Yeah. And let us brainstorm on the practical ways to build a real connection. When you look at our daily life, we have school. I'm talking about this because I'm in school. I start by school because I'm a uni student. We have school, we have workplace, we have church, we have like public space, events and all that. For you to meet someone that is genuine, it has to come from the thing that joined us both at first. Let it not to be something that is the thing that is holding me between me and you. Because if it's school, that translates to if we finish this school, now we separate because we're done in school. We are no longer in school. So me and you, we cancel out. So it has to be from the thing of, oh, look at that person. Do we have like the same ideas? Do we have the same interests? Are we like interested in the same thing? Do we play football together or something? So that is where you can start by building like real connections with people. And then, a real person to you is someone that can open up to you and you can open up to. But because when you look at someone and be like, this person is normally opening up to me, but you find it so hard to open up to them because of trust. Oh, that is not your friend. That looks like a manipulation game, actually. Yeah. Real connection. But building real connections is really hard, especially in the new generation, where the social media has taken over everything